Jeffrey finally sits down to work on his long due assignment. He sits down to work, he starts writing everything down, but he can't focus, keeps losing focus to that fly that's flying around him, distracting him. And because of that, he gets bad grades at school. He doesn't get that promotion at his job. But on the other side, we have Adonis. Adonis sits down to work and he's super focused, he's super disciplined, he's a productive Chad. As soon as he sits down to work, as soon as he puts pen to paper, finger to keyboard, he's super focused and he gets super good results. He's making that $10,000 a month and he's getting good grades at school. Why can't every one of us be like Adonis? Why can't every one of us aspire to become like Adonis? Because when I was 14 years old, I used to be just like Jeffrey. I was the guy who would slack off on his work and then not get good grades, and I would ask myself, why don't I get good grades? Because motherfucker, you don't know how to focus, you don't know how to work. Like imagine this. I used to get back from school with a huge pile of homework, then I would eat a shitload of food and I would be happy, yeah, I'm getting nutrition in. And then I would go and sit down to work on my homework, but I couldn't because I couldn't focus. And many people are just like this. That's why I'm making this video. That's why I'm teaching you how to work productively for your own betterment. So you can see good results in your life. That's why I'm teaching you how to work. So listen carefully throughout this video, and if possible, take notes as well. Be autistic with it. If you want to change your life, if you want to become productive and disciplined, take control of your life. Use a notebook and a pen to note the important things which I'm going to say, and I'm guaranteeing you that you are going to become productive and disciplined by the end of this video. So let's get straight to it. But before we get to it, I want to talk to you about something else. By clicking the top link in the description down below, you can book a free call with me in which I will fix your productivity and discipline all for free. Any queries you have, anything you have to say, I'll take that and give you personal advice to change your life. And click the second link in the description down below to subscribe to my daily email newsletter for more productivity insights just like this in your inbox every single day. So let's get straight to it. How to work productively. Number 1, set an end timer. I remember that I used to get back from school and it would be peak exam days. I would sit down to work with my notebook and my pen, would open up a fresh page to revise all the information that I've learned, and I would start writing everything down. Imagine you start writing everything down so you can prepare for your exam, but you're not focused. Your mind just wanders off into random things like what Kim Kardashian is doing. Does that even matter to your life now? Every one of us loses focus and concentration when we sit down to work. And losing that is inevitable, but it is a responsibility upon you to protect your focus and to get good results by using that focus for your own betterment. That's why setting an end timer works so well. Because when I started to implement setting end timers, when I sat down to work, my life changed forever. I used to 10x my focus because of that alone. And I want you to do the same too. Whenever you sit down to work, for example, you're sitting down to work for a 30-minute work session, what you're going to do is you're going to probably look at your watch or look at the clock and set yourself a timer, or use your phone to set yourself a timer. And what will this do is it will force your brain to concentrate and focus on whatever you're doing, which will lead to better results. I think it's one of Newton's law which says that work expands to fill the time allocated to it. That's why you have to allocate time to whatever you're doing, the goal and the task that you're working towards, in order to see results in it, because your focus increases. So from now on, I want you to put an end timer to whenever you sit down to work, so you can increase your focus and increase your concentration. Moving on. Set an end goal. When I was 12 years old, I would sit down to work on my homework, and I didn't know what to get done. And I'm actually telling the truth right now. I didn't know what to get done. I just sat down to work for the sake of it. I just sat down to take notes for the sake of it. Because I was fucking dumb. I didn't realize that I lacked focus, I lacked concentration when I sat down to work. That is why setting end goals comes in. And especially when you combine setting end goals and setting timers together, you become an absolute productivity demon. You're absolute focused. You're absolutely concentrated in whatever you're doing. So use end goals for your own betterment, especially when you sit down to work. So how are you going to do this? For example, you set your timer for 30 minutes and then you set an end goal to complete enzymes, which is biology chapter 11, whatever it is for you, in that 30 minutes, in those 30 minutes. And what will that do? It will force your brain to focus, because it has a responsibility upon it, and now it has a responsibility upon it to finish it in a specific time, which will force your brain to focus and will cut out all the distractions from your environment and will force you to focus on whatever you're doing. So put an end goal and put an end timer, especially when you sit down to work. As soon as you sit down to work. Because I see so many people nowadays, they don't know how to fucking think. Because they're influenced so much by social media and they destroy their attention span because of that. They can't even focus, they can't even concentrate. I see so many hobos at school, they can't even concentrate, and then they come to me to ask me that how to get better grades. And I tell them, motherfucker, you don't even know how to fucking focus and you're asking me how to get better grades. First fix the source of the problem and then go towards the complexities. Then focus on the complexities, because social media is destroying your life. Social media is destroying your attention span. That is exactly why you can't focus. And you need to eradicate it from your life, because this is an active war against social media, which is destroying your life and my life. And we have to protect each other and the men around us from it, so we can become better persons and become better people and become more productive and disciplined in our lives, so we can lead better lives and work better towards the society for the betterment of the people around us. So you have to quit social media. Forget about social media. Focus on whatever you are doing, because you don't have the ability to think. You don't have the ability to think for yourself. You let other people influence your decision. That's why you can't focus. Moving on. Remove distractions. Eliminating distractions is quite a simple process, but many people make it complex again because of social media. When I was 13 or 14 years old, I used to sit down to work on my homework and used to be constantly distracted by my iPad, pinging me with notifications from Instagram. And then I would be forced to leave my homework, and I had to pick up my iPad to see those Instagram notifications, those Instagram DMs. Because I'm telling you that your crush doesn't care about you. Your crush genuinely doesn't care about you. So why are you even checking your DMs? Focus on whatever you're doing. Eradicate and eliminate all the distractions from your environment. Because I see, again, so many pussies nowadays. So many of these motherfuckers, they can't even focus just because they have so much distractions around them. They literally think that their phone is beneficial for them, so they put it right beside them when they sit down to work. That's fucking asinine. You can't do that to yourself. That's an open suicide call for your own focus. So you have to eliminate distractions from your environment. So how are you going to do this? Ask yourself this question. Ask yourself, what distracts me when I sit down to work? Be self-conscious. Be a self-critic. When you sit down to work, realize everything that distracts you. Maybe it's your phone, maybe it's a fly flying around, maybe it's your brother coming in to disturb you when you're working. Realize all those distractions and then work actively towards eliminating them. So how are you going to do this? You first realize that those distractions, what things distract you, and you be self-conscious with it. And you write those things down which distract you. Then what you're going to do is you're going to actively work towards a solution to eliminate those distractions. If your phone keeps disturbing you with notifications, disable all notifications. Or even better, give it to your mom or your brother so it's not in front of you, so it will not distract you. The flag keeps flying around you. Close the window if the flag keeps disturbing you. Close it, because it distracts you. If your mom keeps coming in to tell you that dinner is ready, put a do not disturb sign on your door or even lock the door so no one comes in to disturb you. You have to take control of your life. You have to take control of the things which distract you and which don't. So actively work towards eliminating distractions. And that exactly is going to change your life. And again, social media is the biggest distraction. That's why I want you to quit it. It's us against social media, my guy. We are on this active war against social media to eradicate from our society so we become better people overall. So why don't you eliminate this social media from your life right now? Or at least you use it for good and not destroying your attention span. Moving on. Work with extreme concentration and focus. Because this is what this video is about. How to focus while you sit down to work. Because I used to be just like you, man. I used to sit down to work. I used to work on my agency that I had before. But I couldn't focus. I was again distracted by social media. And all those other things. I couldn't focus. I couldn't concentrate. Because another thing comes in when you sit down to work. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want those results which you want? How bad do you want those grades? How bad do you want that job promotion? How bad do you want those $10,000 a month? How bad do you want it? How willing are you to expand all your energy towards a betterment of yourself so you can get good grades and make those $10,000 a month? How bad do you want it? How bad do you want your goals? How ambitious are you? Do you even want it for yourself? If you did, you would have focused. So make it so bad that you want it every single day. Make that goal so bad that you want it every single day. Always think about that goal that you have to achieve. I need to make $10,000 a month. I need to get good grades at school. You need to remind yourself of all the commitments that you made to yourself, all the promises that you made to yourself. Remember why you started, and that will be the fuel to your fire, and it will lead you towards working even hard with extreme focus and concentration. So how bad do you want it? How bad do you really want it? Always remind yourself that. The last thing that we're going to talk about is work on an empty stomach. Because I used to get back from school and I would eat this shitload of food, like 1,000 calories worth of food. And then I couldn't focus when I sit down to work. I used to literally sleep when I sit down to work on my assignment or my homework. I used to literally sleep. I would be like this, taking notes, and I would go down to sleep. I used to be exactly like that. And it was all because of the food that I was eating. Because I see so many pussies nowadays. They're fucking hobos. They again don't know how to think for themselves. They make bad decisions for themselves. They think to themselves that, oh my fucking god, if I eat a good, healthy, nutritious breakfast, it will lead me to work hard because I would have all that energy within me. Yay, I would have all that energy. I will work super hard. Bro, fuck off. Because that shit doesn't work. Because as soon as you wake up, you have a specific amount of energy within you. You have a 100% fuel tank. And then you waste all your energy in digesting that huge breakfast that you just ate. You don't want to do that to yourself. You don't want to feed yourself that shit. Instead, what I tell everyone is not eat breakfast and work as soon as you wake up. Don't waste your energy. Don't waste your time on breakfast and work as soon as you wake up. And working is on an empty stomach is the best thing which you can do. It is what our ancestors did. They woke up at 5 a.m. right before sunrise and they would go out to hunt. That was their work. And until they didn't hunt, they wouldn't eat. Because they had a responsibility upon them to focus while they were hunting. And that is exactly what working on an empty stomach feels like. You are extremely focused. So think for yourself, man. Don't let social media distract you from the reality. If a social media guru tells you to eat breakfast because it's healthy and it will lead you to better work, it's shit. That is absolute shit advice. Because the best people in the world don't do this shit. They don't eat breakfast before working. When they're fulfilled their goals, then they go eat and eat a massive meal. So make that your goal. Always work on an empty stomach and see how focused you are. That's why intermittent fasting is so good. So go on intermittent fasting as soon as you wake up. Until you accomplish your goals, don't eat anything. Don't eat any single fucking thing. And I'm telling you that that is alone gonna 10x your focus, and that is alone gonna 10x your productivity and discipline. Now I know that life today is pretty hard. You have all the social media distracting you. You have all these commandments from school that you have to get done with, but it's a responsibility upon you to change for the better. Because change is inevitable, my man. Change is inevitable. You either let social media influence your life and change you in a bad way, or you change in a good way by making active decisions towards your own betterment, by fixing your diet, by learning how to focus, by becoming productive and disciplined. And this will also help the people around you. So learn to change your life, learn to make active decisions for yourself. Because never did a smooth sea make a sailor, make a pirate. Always remember that. Click the first link in the description down below to book a free call with me, and click the second link in the description down below to subscribe to my email newsletter. Thank you for watching, and remember, action over words.